Alright, something I keep seeing with coaches, whatever niches they are into, is that they're good at closing, but from the moment that the program stops, the client is gone. No next step, nothing. And every month is actually a reset. And here's the thing, the coaches making 5K and the ones making 20K are often working with the same number of clients. The difference is actually what's happening after the first offer. One of them has a second step, a third, a whole designed path, but the other one actually starts every month from zero. That gap is called LTV, lifetime value. So today what I'm going to do is that I'm going to break down exactly what that journey looks like across 6 different niches so your revenue actually stacks instead of resetting. Let's get into it. All right, so what's happening very commonly inside the coaching area is that, people mostly face the thing of, I hit 10K last month and this month I only made 3K and I have no idea why. Second one, my clients get results but disappear after the program's hands. And then the one is like, literally, I'm coaching 8 hours a day and I still can't scale. So when it comes down to those 3 categories of problems, they obviously tell themselves it is just going to be a matter for me to chase more leads. So from there, I'll make more money. But the smart ones, the ones making more than 20K a month, they actually squeeze more value out of the one they already have. They're using their pipeline. They're not letting a successful mentee being in their program only over one time. And this is exactly what's LTV, and the board is going to show you exactly how to build this for your own program, or if you're a growth operator, how to manage this for your client. So first of all, to give you a bit more of context, a quick case study of Sahar, which is a marketing coach, and she was making 5K a month. To break down here, she was charging 2K for a 2-month program. She was closing about 2 to 3 clients per month, and the problem she was facing is that whenever the program was ending, her clients were leaving and she was never hearing back from them again. So next month, essentially, she had to start from zero again, chasing more clients and just repeating the same loop. So if right now you do the math, she was leaving so much money on the table because those same clients, she could have organized a different business model, and it could have looked like this. A 3-month scale program at 4K instead of the one of 2K for 2 months. And that could add 8 to 10K extra per cohort. You can also consider a monthly mastermind at $50 per month. That's literally an extra of 1 to 1.1 per month recurring per 2. And then the third idea is like a 6 months advisory for a top 1-2 clients at 2K per month. That's literally adding up to 4 months on autopilot. So you see, same clients, 0 new lead, but yet she tripled her revenue. It's not a lead problem, that's a LTV problem. I hope you understand here, because there is so much value in your pipeline, but you simply don't see it. Right now it's literally obvious. Without LTV, she had to start every month from zero and only making 4K per month. With the LTV, she is now able to have revenue compound month over month. So that brings obviously security and recurring, which is what you want. You want to make sure that when you start the month, it's not going to be a matter where you put your energy only into like more content, chasing leads, but no, knowing that you're right now loyal clients, still making you money about 10 to 15K per month. All right. So now, before I break down everything for you, it's right now a matter of understanding the LTV models works across any type of niches. Here are the 6 highest converting niches in the high ticket space right now. So first one, you have the marketing and business coaches. Second, you have relationship and dating coaching. The third one, you have career transition. Fourth one, wealth building. Fifth one, stocks and crypto. And the sixth one is AI adoption and automation. Those are the ones right now who are printing money, because each one of them solves a painful, urgent, specific problem. And then on top of this, each one of them, as they clear before and after, clients will pay to cross because they cannot figure it out on their own. And then third one naturally creates a three-stage journey, which is exactly what builds LTV. Quick reminder here, the golden rule of LTV is simple. One client, multiple chapters, okay? As Alex or Monzi always say, you need to figure out a way that the client pays you multiple times over his lifestyle, at least to try to reach 100K just from one person. So it's literally printing money. And here, so you will have to stop designing offer and start finally designing journeys. And like a quick example, it's like schools. You start school at elementary, then you go to high school, then you go to university, and then you do a MBA, and then you do a PhD, and then like there are literally people right now, they are still in their 40s, 50s, who go back to university again. It's like it's never stopping. So they keep pouring money again and again in the educational system. And this must be the same principle inside the entrepreneurial industry. There is so much value you can add that if it's only during one time, you are doing something wrong. So here, if you are serious about stopping the leak, the answer is right here on the board. Map your 3 tiers, match your delivery, and stack your pricing. And let each transformation open the door to the next one. Starting first of all with the most powerful one, which is marketing coaches, business consulting. Essentially here, social media management. The first thing that most coaches are offering is, a transformation from like, right now you are a freelancer, you stuck at 3 to 5K per month, and I'm going to help you getting to eat the first 10K per month. By doing what? Clarifying the niche, the painful program, content strategy, crafting a simple, focused offer, work on the pricing, implement booking system, create the lead generation. So many little steps that are about the foundation. And how do you do such when it comes to delivery? High touch, one-on-one, done with your program, and optional small group office hours. You're going to price this as the 8 to 10 week intensive, one-on-one done with you for like 2.5 to 5K USD per client. It is a great thing for people who are stuck and who are trying to get to somewhere. And this is where then the LTV comes in. Now that they hit the 10K, what happened? You let them go, enjoying them their 10K and going to a second coaches that will then promise them that, okay, you got the 10K, then now let's go to the 30K. Why would you let them go to another coach who have this promise while you can deliver this? And then on top of this, making more money. So this is where it comes. You upsell them to, let's go from 10 to 30K per month. And then this is what you will offer. Bit more specific, we'll do your full copywriting on sales pages. We operate your VSL. We implement emailing. We develop a scalable CRM, SOP implementation, track revenue, lead volume, like stuff that requires, yes, indeed, to be able to go to the 30K per month, right? Delivery, here, it changed to 3 to 6 months hybrid group mastermind with structured curriculum, hot seats, and limited one-on-one support. From that, how are you going to price this? 3 months hybrid group, 3 to 6K USD. And you see the difference between the first journey, the first tier, 2 to 5, and here 3 to 6. And then once this is done, you're not again going to let them go to another coach who at this time will tell them, let's do more than 3K per month. No, you will deliver also by offering more things, such as, we'll help you grow in your team of setters and close. Then we'll build an internal team, hired qualified coaches, head of sales, manager, operator, asset build out. We build your course from A to Z. And here also, the idea by doing all of these things is making sure that the person is not the bottleneck of the company anymore. And it's more strategic. Obviously, you still implement all of those stuff above, but you are adding up more things that are scalable, such as, implement inside the funnel strategy of twination. So WhatsApp, group, emails, whatsoever that comes with. So it's very more niche, more money making. And the delivery would be a 6 to 12 fractional CMO advisory and or small rooms mastermind for only people making already plus 30K per month. And how it looks like, if it's a light scope, just few calls, 2 to 4K USD per month. And if it's a heavier scope, more involvement, team campaign, 5 to 10K USD per month. So do you see the difference? Right now, over only 8 to 10 weeks, you would have made only 5K per this client. His name is George. So George would have only got you 5K. But now, because you decided to go with the business model of LTV, you got 6K plus. So now George is at 11K value. And then because now he's inside the group of making 30 plus K a month, he's paying you 10K. So the total value of just George itself is more than $21,000. Just one person. Imagine you have 5 George right now in your program. This is almost 100K value. You just reached 100K per month. And then obviously if you compound and that goes over 6 months, 1 year, you reach the millions. Then if you have only stayed in this just one time value client and you start over every time, 5K plus 5K plus 5K, good luck on reaching the 1 million, honestly. And good luck on having to have so many clients to date too. Then right now you only need 10 George to reach the million if you get them to the 30K. Obviously here the tricky thing, because we are not in a paradise world, you need to have the skills of delivering and fulfilling your promise on making them to reach 30K, obviously. But do you see the difference here? Honestly, who wouldn't want to offer this? And again, that's just within only one niche. Because then, second example, we have the relationship and dating coach, which this one also brings a lot of money because now people are desperate of finding love. So the first offer here would be hey, I'm helping you from launch to stock to unmotivated, confident dater. How to do such? Identifying your attachment patterns, belief, simple dating plan, which app or offline channel. We help you to heal your key blocks. We help you messaging frameworks, clarify values, communication basics, and first date framework. Very simple. Delivery, high touch one-on-one coaching, and you are getting more confident throughout it. And how that it looks like? It's about 8 to 10 week one-on-one container, and you paid 1.5 to 3K USD per client. Fair enough. But then, what happened once he's confident, now that he wants to finally find the love of his life? Well, you are then transitioning him to a healthy relationship creation. So you clarify on exclusivity, label, timeline, framework of choosing the right partner versus toxic ones and whatsoever. So the delivery is now 3 to 6 months hybrid group program with one-on-one session for big relationship decisions, and then you upsell him to 5K for the 3 months hybrid group. But that's not it. Now he's inside a good relationship. He's finally, the man that you've been wanting to be. And now he's looking to really make this relationship stay during the long. So what you would be offering inside is, what's the roles of money, parenting, life vision, and contract agreement. And then whatsoever. When it comes to relationship, it is more specific to also the coach and his skills and what he wants to provide for the person who's looking to date, right? Third one, we have the trendy one right now, which is AI adoption. This one is very, very interesting because you go from I'm overwhelmed by AI to we have 1 to 3 AI work in the business. So how do you deliver this? Well, obviously quick audit. Then you identify 2 to 3 high leverage use cases, choosing the right tools, training the founder team on how to use AI safely and effectively, and other stuff such as setup. How do you deliver this as a coach? Well, 4 and 8 week high touch one-on-one. You have the coaches, we help you doing such, and we are pricing you about 3K per month per client. But that's it? No, obviously it's not it, because now that the client, feel way more comfortable on using AI, and then you can promise him on top of this, let's go from we use AI a bit to AI is embedded in our core pro. So essentially here, what you will have to deliver more to justify the upsell, the pricing will be more things specific for them to integrate tools with existing stack, also define KPI, helping them build standard operating procedure, prioritize with a simple impact versus effort matrix, and also have a monthly review to tweak prompts, workflow, and tool choice. And in terms of the delivery, that would be like a 3 to 6 months hybrid AI ops build up program with weekly group implementation calls and strategic one-on-one session. And then and then from that, you can justify the price to be an upsell of $4 to $8 per business. So now the third tier where you upsell even more it is from we automate some tasks to now we have an AI native strategy and advantage. And this is all what business wants, right? So you deliver by, having an AI strategy aligned with business goals. You decide what stays in-house versus which vendor partners to use, the roadmap of capabilities to build, the policies for data use, and training plans so teams become AI literate, not dependent on you forever. And that's very interesting. And on this delivery, 6 to 12 months for them to become AI native businesses. And if you have a heavier delivery, then you can justify the price to be 4 to 8K USD per month, depending on size and complexity, obviously. So you can tell here that you go from only pricing 3K to then N-K. And remember, if you get them to this journey, to the end journey, you can find a way to upsell them after those 6 to 12 months, because then maybe they would want to become partner with you. You can ask for shares, you can invest in some businesses together. When it comes down to AI, honestly, what I'm finding out when it comes to LTV, there is so much creativity, because again, I am not an expert when it comes to AI. I am not an expert when it comes to relationship. Yes, an expert when it comes to marketing, but it is so creative when it comes down to delivery. If you manage to get them to a certain result, then you can obviously deliver more and more, but you shouldn't do this for free, or you shouldn't chase them after 6 months of them leaving the program. No, you got to tell them maybe 1 month before their program end up, telling them, hey, by the way, you're doing such an amazing process, keep going, because I do believe that in 1 month's time you'll be qualified to go into the second stage of the journey together. So right now, if you reach, for example, those 10K, then we'll help you to get to the same. So you also are creating scarcity and bonuses, so that when they step into your program, they know it would be for a long time. And that is where the psychology happened. They don't want to just being let go and betting on something for a few months and then knowing that they will be let go of, and they would have to start a new journey with another coach, having to find the right fit, being scared that if it's a scam or not. No, if they already got the first result with you, then psychologically they want to stay as long as possible. They're like family at some point after. So this is why LTV is so important. It is not only about helping you getting the 1 million, even though everyone wants this at some point when you're a business owner, but it's also knowing that you can get people crazy result and benefits from it, because obviously crazy result you deliver and more opportunity you can build up. So right now I break down only 3 ones, but you'll be able to download this board so you can go through 3 other ones, which is the wealth building for professionals. So it comes down to investment and real estate. You also have stocks, crypto, and then career transitions. So very, very interesting one, because honestly there is so much that can be delivered. And something you need to also take into consideration when you start building your own LTV business model is to have a certain way of delivering. Don't deliver everything at once at the first stage of the program, because otherwise it's not you won't have anything to add up after, but it's making sure that they still feel they got upsell. It is as great quality than they received before, and this is why they decided to still trust you for a longer journey. So I hope you understand the principle behind, because at some point, like clients, they put more money, it's to have even more results. They trusted you. We are here to deliver, and like we are always put in a higher position where they're expecting us to help them reaching their goals. So if you like over deliver at first or over also promised, then you're just burning your wings. So it is why you really got to study. And something you can definitely learn from is like being curious on what other coaches in different niches are doing. Because honestly, when I built those 6 niches, it was super interesting on knowing how you can divide the journey and knowing how to deliver more, because obviously like the fulfillment is so important, because this is on where you build your reputation. When I'm coming from here, like if you are, for example, a marketing coaches, wonder what is the stock crypto is offering, because it can potentially guide you. So when it comes down to the format or like the lead magnet, because creativity is everywhere. Don't strain yourself because you're in a certain niche and everyone does the same thing. You can deliver the way you want, and this is where you're going to succeed. Because nowadays, like potential leads, they've been burned so many times, they've been scammed. So right now they're very skeptical, and they want to see that what you're doing is unique on the market. And again, what I just mentioned before, they want to make sure they can stay and stick with you for a longer time, and not only like 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, and then having to, fuck now and to find another coach. Because this is literally what's happening. Like I'm working with so many coaches, and they're like, oh, I need to find someone else who can like deliver great knowledge. So everyone is looking to learn more. So you have an advantage here on the LTV can not only reach you the 1 million by having a 5 George, but by being very creative and also avoiding to feel burned out in your business, because you have to chase leads and starting from scratch every month. And that, creates so much frustration for every coaches, because they're like, I'm working so much. I don't understand. You're coaching 8 hours a day, and yet I'm scaling up. People don't stay. I gave them so much, and then they went to someone else. You don't want that. And right now you have the solution. I'm saying this in a way that right now, if it's something you're very much interested in either learning more, or if you want to have an audit for me to see where the money is leaking in your business and knowing how you can implement yourself the LTV, more than happy to see it. And then we can have a discussion around that, because honestly, there is so much potential. You shouldn't let that path. I know that when it comes to the industry, everyone tells you to do like paid event marketing or like ads or like whatsoever. But honestly, if you're capable of putting the LTV, you won't have to hear so much noise around you telling you like, do this, and then you feel burned out because there is so much stuff to do. No, LTV will serve you. Just go through your pipe from today. Okay. So you can book a call below with me so we can discuss about that, on how you should implement LTV and where the money is leaking. Either way, I will see you next week for another video. Ciao.